In this video, we will introduce creating threads by extending thread within the Java programming language. What is a thread? When a modern operating system wants to start running a program, it creates a new process. A process is a program that is currently executing. Every process has at least one thread running within it. Sometimes threads are referred to as lightweight processes. A thread is a path of code execution through a program, and each thread has its own local variables, program counter, and lifetime. Most modern operating systems allow more than one thread to be running concurrently within a process. When the Java Virtual Machine, or JVM, is started by the operating system, a new process is created. Within that process, many threads can be spawned or created. In this lesson, I'm going to show you just how simple it is to get a new thread up and running in a tiny Java application. The first thread is the main thread that is always spawned by the Java Virtual Machine and starts an application. This main thread then spawns the second thread. Each of these threads will print its messages to the console to demonstrate that they both appear to be running simultaneously. Let's take a look at our code. In this method, one normal class extends the inbuilt class thread and override its run method with the code required by that particular thread. So here we extend the thread and we override the run method. Here we are going to extend the class so we can access all the methods of thread class. Create one class which extends the thread class. Application execution begins with the main thread, which is spawned by the JVM for all applications at startup, entering the main method. It proceeds to create an instance of the demo class, which we saw above, which extends thread. Next, it spawns a new thread of execution by invoking the start method. This new thread will begin its execution by invoking the run method of the demo class. After the main thread spawns the new thread, the main thread proceeds into its loop and prints demo thread to the console 10 times, or 5 times. When it is done with the loop, it falls through and returns from main. The main thread dies when it returns from the main method. At approximately the same time, the new thread enters the run method, proceeds into its loop, and prints another thread to the console 5 times. When it is done with the loop, it falls through and returns from run. The new thread dies when it returns from run. Let's run our program and see this behavior. Right-click on Source, Run as Java Application. Thread scheduling is non-deterministic and depends on many factors, including what else is currently running in the operating system. The thread scheduler makes what seems to be random decisions about how long each thread should be allowed to run between context switches. The only thing that can be counted on from running this application is that each message will print exactly 5 times, regardless of the order of the messages. And we can see that in our output. This concludes our discussion of creating threads by extending thread in Java.